Hi, I'm Jeannie Greentrees. Welcome to my show. Now I'm a movie star. Thanks, YouTube. And Tesla. On today's episode, I'm going to discuss my dream I had 2 nights ago. It was very real, and I know that dreams are not dreams because this time I woke up inside the dream. I felt everything. I felt things. I could feel it. I was walking around. The sun was out. Somebody had lasered, etched, electrified symbols into the sky. And they were like electric clouds. They were perfect. And one image was of a giant lily, and next to it was a hummingbird. And the hummingbird was about to drink from the lily. Right next to that, there was a huge bear. Huge bear. Its whole body, it was standing up, but it was like a wise old bear just like looking down. And it was in between some trees in the front yard that I was in. Like there were redwood trees right in the front yard. And this was like an old white house, like a Victorian or something. It was weird. But I think it was a house I've been in before, or I don't know exactly the whole story, but I know that it's a very important house. So I'm trying to figure out the rest of the details. I'm asking every day out loud and programming my energy before I go to sleep. I make it the last thing I say, and I say it out loud. And I keep saying it over and over, and it just keeps intensifying. So, but yeah, the trees and the bear and those electric visions, they like morphed from the chemtrail clouds, the lines in the sky. I looked up and it went from chemtrails to these electric, perfect shaped symbols, masterpieces. They were beautiful. And the person I was with 2 people, but the one guy that stood out was, I said, oh my God, can I use your phone? I don't have my phone. And he handed me his phone, and I remember feeling the phone and everything. It was heavy. It was like it was like something Tesla would have described. It was kind of clunky, big, and it wasn't like these skinny things. And it had like a default black case on it and 3 buttons, on the screen. And it was really, I don't know, it was like one of the first phones, the first cell phones, the silly clunky ones that were huge. If they would have made these screen phones back then, it would have been something like that. So when I went to go look, when I was checking out the buttons where to push, for the picture, I looked down at my hands, and I saw my left hand, the nails were black nail polish, and they were hella chipped. And for some reason, this was a really important day. I don't know why. So I know I wouldn't have had messed up nails. And then I remembered I've been hella taking care of my nails. And so then I looked at my right hand, and my right hand had red nail polish, and it was kind of chipped too. And I was like, oh, this is not right. Nope, it's not right. I see. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. And the guy that I was with, I really wanted to talk to him, and I don't know, I had a really good feeling about him. I didn't know who he was, but the as soon as I noticed that the my at the same time, this all happened at the same time, like all of my things have been happening in crazy ways, like lining up exactly. My baby he just crawled out of bed and ran into my room, and I was, wow, dreams must happen really fast. Okay, so my baby had just come into my room, and I was just waking up from figuring out about my nail polish. And then I realized I was in my dream, and I was like, okay. And I started fiddling around, and then I went to go grab, because I wasn't shy anymore. I think I was shy around this guy. And then I turned my head around to grab him and kiss him, because I was like, I know exactly what's happening right now. So I woke up in my dream, and I grabbed his head, and I remember his hair. I stuck my hands in his hair on the side of his head, and I kissed him. And then I woke up, and then my door opened, and someone was watching me, you see, and I programmed my energy. So that's how that happens. And I wrote it all down. So now every night, I'm just going to keep on programming my energy and saying out loud what I want, and it's starting to happen. So it's all a real thing. Everything is alive. Don't think that something's not alive. Don't believe in ghosts, because everything is alive. And because of that, everything is going to hold a charge of energy / memory, just everything, right? Because everything's connected. Everything just pings off of each other, and everything's a sponge. So things hold. They hold moments in. So if you go into a house like this house, you can sense the things that have happened here before. And that's how I had started talking to this house and making all the connections about how I needed to talk to this house. Something has told me that ever since the House movie came out in the 1980s. I think it was 86. I was 6. So I had just started talking to the house and researching all of the same connections, like Charlie, the 7, and then something made me watch Charlie's Angels one day. And then I saw what was happening in that movie, and that's how it is. The planet's talking to us from that Charlie's box, and we did something, or they did something. All the bad people, they did something to his father or whatever. The whole message of Charlie's Angels is the planet talking about the story, about what happened, and it's about somebody else translating the story. So everything is always pretty much about the same thing, but it depends on the vibration / number. That's how many variations of the story there are. I think it's 9. So just everything is about numbers now, and this house was supposed to tell me. And since my simulation lines up with the universe like nobody's business, I understand numbers, and I understand how they talk. And I understand how everything's alive, and there's nothing to be scared of. It's just things that people don't understand. And they don't understand what's happening to them because the story got lost. They need to go back to the beginning and find out who they were. Find out you're reincarnated on a line. You have been coming here on a line, and we're just here in the future now, able to read this insane madness story and listen to my story too, my ramble. So everybody just needs to understand that's what the hell's happening to them. When you go and kill yourself, you're going to change your sex and become an entire different game version of this place. That's why there are so many gay people. It's not gay people. Gay people came from the God story. So the God story is Christ, Trump, and that has nothing to do with real life. So we won't go there. But the dreams are real. It's just has everything to do with who we are, where we're going, what's happening, dual dimensions. I'm just going to call them realms now because dream is a realm in Anagramville. We need to be scared for the planet. If we can't figure out what the hell we are, we're going to kill each other. We're going to kill ourselves. This whole fucking planet's just gonna... it's, we're gonna be born into the future. That would be nice. That's where we are. We just don't know it yet. Because we're just sitting here right now. But one day we're going to wake up. And it's going to be the place that we've been creating in what they think are dreams. And they're not dreams. It's our future. Figure out how to get inside of your dreams. They're not dreams, it's part of the everything. The underworld, it's not of the underworld, it's the everything. Stop letting them control your brain. Let the planet control you. That's where you came from. I was told that we're supposed to get rid of the Sphinx. We're supposed to bulldoze the Sphinx, get rid of it, but keep the pyramids. I don't know what the Sphinx was, really, so they said to get rid of it. The everything did. The birds started singing when I was talking about that. And it's since it caused, everybody has a right eye problem pretty much. I'm looking at every single person now, and everybody has the right eye is smaller, bigger, moved around on the face, just everything. I can see it. So it has to do, and it's blocking something. It's the Finding Nemo has 11 letters. That's the message, to use your imagination, because it has 11 letters, and so does imagination. But in the movie, they have a fish tank, and the fish tank is it has a scanner, remember, and it scans the whole fish tank. That's exactly what the sun does to us. And as it scans us, it scans the whole place. It like it's like constantly taking a picture, like a giant scanning burning eye. It's like burning a DVD. That's what we are. We're like a spinning DVD that's spinning hella slow on a different scale. And so the pyramids are like holding a basketball on your finger, but kind of backwards. So like a record player, you know how the little that thing, the thing that plays the music, that needle, it's like that. And it's working in conjunction with the sun. And the sun is scanning the Sphinx, and it's screwing up our right eye. We can't, it's doing a lot. We can probably become gods and goddesses again and be all giant again if we have things back in order. So maybe we'll turn into dinosaurs or giants. Can you imagine? And then being able to live forever? But we can keep we're supposed to keep the pyramids because it's kind of like a magnet. But yeah, the Sphinx is messing us up. So we're supposed to fix things. And the reason why it's so strong now, and I look at everything, but especially the Tesla Tower, you know, that's standing, and its existence in the energy has been recorded by the sun ever since whoever put it up. But it works as a symbol, and anything that sits out in the sun like that turns into the story. The story just starts getting really strong and playing like real estate, like Trump towers and all these Trump things everywhere. The more you put your name out there, the more the planet vibrates, whatever is on it. So Trump Tower is vibrating, you see? If you don't do good to the energy, to the everything, like I said, everything's watching you, everything can see you. It doesn't matter, everything can see you. It's a giant eye. It's your eye. It's your mirror. It's your homie. It's always there. It could be your best friend if you understand it. And stop calling it Christ God and Jesus Christ God and all that stuff. Understand it's your sidekick, like that book and slash movie, The Fight Club, which I haven't seen all the way yet, but I know about it, and I have it, and it's Omen style life. But everything is about that Fight Club. That's how it is. It's there's somebody with you. Shadow person? No, it's duality. I mean, that's a word for it. There's no word to describe this. They try to say twin flame. They don't know how to see how you're attached to this special dimension. I mean, it's how we exist here on the planet. It's not a religion. It has nothing to do with anything. You are God. You are the Greek, the gods and goddesses that came from the stars. Why would you not think that you're a star? How do you think you got here? You were just born from your parents and you can't remember or anything else? Why not? That has nothing to do with it. You're going to wake up one day because you've been having deja vu experiences and all these weird things happening to you. You don't understand that you're in the future, you know? It's all going to line up. we're here now. It took them 100 years to get the cell phone here after Tesla had talked about it. So now that we have this magic screen and it's connected us all over the entire planet, imagine how far we're going to advance now. How fast. It's like a magic carpet. It's a magic carpet ride. A whole new world. That's what everything's about. Aladdin wasn't a story about some beggar stealing. It was a nice version of Robin Hood, you know, rich and taken from the rich and given to the poor. Aladdin has 7 letters. 7 is the everything. It's just a story from yourself. Everything's just a story from yourself. If it attracts to you, it's a message to you. You should start magnetizing everything. Everything is a pattern. You just have to read into every single thing. And it's so hard to do that, and people are so tired and they don't want to do it. But you need to contribute because you are a star. You are the god and goddess. You came from the stars. You should write everything down. When you write things down on paper, it comes true. Because paper is of this planet, and this planet vibrates magic. And it happens. And stories come true. I mean, movies come true. And books come true. Stephen King he had a book that he took out of print because it was, people were doing copycat shootings and stuff. Things happen. Christine, that was, it's message 9. There's 9 letters in Christine. Stephen King has 11 letters, so I read him because I have 11 letters. And Christine is totally real. Look at self-driving cars. It takes like 30 years for them to come true. And self-driving cars that are alive. And mine's alive. I have a red car, and Christine was red. And they talk to you in electricity anyway. When you get inside of the car is of the planet. It becomes you because you are of the planet, and we're made of electricity. 700 trillion volts of electricity. You can Google it. And so the car is alive. The car becomes you. It becomes your friend. Your double twin, double mint gum. I mean, everything has been about the message about what's happening here. Every single thing is a message. Every single thing is a message. Stop saying it's not. It wants you to go back to the child. Be the child again. That's what it is. And it plays games, and it makes you cry, and it does all these weird things to you because it likes to play peekaboo and mirror game. It's a mirror. When you look into the mirror, it sees you. You see yourself, but it sees you. And it can't see you, but it can sense you. But it sees you in the mirror. It sees you in itself in its reflection. In the glass, it sees you there. It watches you. It tells a story. It attaches, it's all the stories to it. So if you have a piece of glass and you hold on to it, it'll start telling a story. You say that they're thoughts and they just come to you. No. The planet just, everything's alive, and a piece of glass is alive. And it's very special. It's magic. I mean, it's like water. Look at it, it's clear. Can you imagine the possibilities in glass if you can think a thought and you just think it's a thought and it's nothing else but that? Why couldn't it be out of the thought, out of the box? A thought is just a box. Put it into the everything. Put it into the knowledge that the everything is everywhere at all times, and it's everywhere, and it's alive, and it talks to you, and it's looking at you. You think you're not on stage, you're going to come back here. You're going to be back here. Always come back here. This is the stage. You'll come back, and then you'll wake up, and you'll wonder what the hell you did. So just know, just keep telling yourself how you're in the future right now. Because you're always going to wake up in the future. Since you exist right now, we're in the future. But you're really going to wake up in the future one day. And this is a movie. You're watching it on your magic screen. So, what, 30 years? Imagine the possibilities in 30 years if we already have robots, robotic cars and robots working at Amazon. They're telling people they'll pay them $10,000 to stop working for them so they can have the robots come in and do the jobs and get the all of the stuff off the shelves. 30 years, and we have the magic screens now. Thank you, Tesla, for existing. Thanks, Elon Musk, for existing, Star Child, and rising him up from the planet. Can you just picture him rising up like a big-ass monster truck out of the planet? Bulldozing over the whole world like he's a giant guy riding a lawnmower. Tipping his hat, smiling. Oh, man. I'm so excited for what's coming. Understand everything is always watching you. It's not a bad thing, it's just everything's alive. And know that the only thing that matters really is you being here right now. Because if something were to happen to you, can you imagine having to restart this life all over again? This exact life? Just imagine. Because dreams work really fast. That dreamland works really fast, like lightning. And I died from my past life. I did, but I didn't, and I woke up. I just woke up into a new existence. Like I knew exactly what I knew exactly, something told me to remember this. And I was 2. I was 2. I screamed, and I was 2. And it was a scary mask. But I don't remember seeing the mask, really. I just remember the scariness, the vibration. That was my entrance into this life. This life. Into this funny thing that we're just controlling from the outside. This puppet. Muppet, Jim Henson has a whole repertoire of movies that you can check out. Everything is a message for us. All of the Star Children can watch all of the Jim Henson movies and get a message. And Stephen King. I mean, think about Labyrinth. I mean, that's Sarah Winchester's house, and her name's Sarah. And it's a house that's crazy, and I've been in the Winchester Mystery House like 4 or 5 times. And that was my movie. I didn't even know what I was doing when I was a little girl, but I was watching that movie, and it was me. And I just knew that was me. I was inside of the movie as a little girl. It's crazy how this world works. But it's real. It's a big giant game. It really is, and you're the joystick. You just have to realize you're not a human being. You're an Android charger thing walking around, hovering around, and you don't understand that you're a sim. I mean, maybe one day they'll invent glasses where we can see our, little charging port